Hello everybody, it's Nicalene here. I am going to do a weekly reading for this week beginning today, Monday, the 10th of October 2022 through to the 17th of October 2022. I'm going to pull some cards and we can see what the energy holds for the week ahead. I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot cards today. I can just see how that is. Forgive me if I'm a little bit nervous because this is my first official video. I'm not very good at videos or video editing yet, but I'm sure that practice will make things a lot easier for me. So if I seem a little bit nervous or uptight, that's the reasons why. Let's just find a couple of cards. Maybe we'll do 3 cards, one for Monday, Tuesday. Let's see how it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Another card for Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekend. So the first card that comes up for Monday, Tuesday, and I read the energy. I don't read the actual card. So those of you that know about tarot, you might disagree with me in my interpretations of what's going on according to the cards, but I use the energy that the card allows me to connect with. So this is the first card that comes up for Monday, Tuesday. Now, Monday, Tuesday looks to me, so that would be the 10th and 11th of October 2022. The energy of Monday and Tuesday, the 10th and 11th of October 2022, looks to me that it's quite a busy time. There's a lot that's going on in the world, both locally and internationally. And I feel that if I zone into my viewership and their locals, it feels to me that there's a lot of people talking, there's a lot of people sort of connecting in groups, like discussing things among themselves, and I feel like a lot of stuff that was previously hidden could possibly be coming to the fore during this week. For the individuals, the public, as individuals, I feel like some of you will be a little bit distracted about what's going on in the world at the moment, because there is a lot going on in the world at the moment. But I also feel like this is almost about, I feel like some excitement about moving forward, and some excitement on new ways of doing things and new ways of seeing things. So there's a lot of thinking about and talking about the movements forward for the balance of the year. All right. So they're also talking about not allowing the emotions of the situation or the emotions to get you down. I also feel like there's a couple of people here that are going to be experiencing some issues with water, so either too much or not enough, which I know is a thing in the world at the moment, but I feel like the water situation is going to be rectified, and I think that's where a lot of the talk is around as well, is almost groups of people that are coming together for the greater good. So whether that is discussing with your best friend about how to sort out some emotional issues at work, or councils getting together to discuss possible flooding or lack of water in an area, hurricane damage. I mean, they brought a lot of water as well. But I feel like this isn't just the physical water itself, but also the emotional element of it. So So there's that. So they're just saying that you need to keep your feet firmly on the ground Monday and Tuesday. Not allow yourself to get swayed too much by the news that you hear or people's opinions, that kind of thing. I do feel that there is some good news that is on its way, that's sort of taking us from quite a dark period into a far more light period, where we're going to find more answers rather than the period that we've been going through, which has been creating a lot more questions than answers. There's also this feeling of restriction. So I do feel for those of you that are feeling a little bit restricted at the moment, you're going to get your time of relief. So there is that feeling of like, okay, breathe out. It's going to be fine. You actually, you do have control over the situation, even though you might not feel like you've got control over the situation. I do feel that, and the tarot card that pops into my head is the Magician. You've got the tools, you've got the energy, you've got everything that you need in order to create something better out of something that you've got. So Monday and Tuesday, as I say, don't let your horse run away with you. All right, maintain that control over it, control over your mind, control over your situation. You do have the ability to change things if you are not satisfied with them. Okay, so that gives us Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday and Thursday comes very much with a feeling of it's sort of quite a steadfast feeling. So this is, I feel like the judgments are going to be made, and the decisions are going to be made, and the end, the line is going to be met. So there's a lot of that's happening here. I also feel like people are going to be finding a lot of strength within them that will stand them in good stead going forward for the balance of this year. I feel there again, I'm seeing sort of secrets being revealed, news coming out, which goes back to that first card that we spoke about. So this feeling of people being a little bit powerless is overcome with this feeling of having the power, or knowing what to do, or receiving the higher guidance of what needs to be done in order to get the outcome that you're looking for. So they're just talking about the pillars of strength, and the knowing that there is an unseen support structure that is might be a bit invisible to you initially, but that just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. So I also feel like they are almost a step, and I do apologize for saying so much, but there is a feeling of leveling up, or stepping up, or taking the steps to progress, or taking the steps to get to the next level. But you do have all the tools and all the resources and all of the guidance, backing, energy in order to get you forward. So they're just saying, really, the sky really is the limit. This is just about, what are you focused on? What are you aiming towards? Because you will receive what it is that you are looking at, what you're aiming at. So aim for the skies. Don't just be focused on what it is that you don't want to fall over, because as soon as you focus on the don't wants, that's usually when we get them. So I do feel that this is about control. This is about movement and change, and secrets being revealed, and offers being made. And yes, just feel like there's a little bit of a warning of saying, if you get given some contracts, or if a contract comes up, it might be a good time for you to really read that fine print, get somebody else to read the fine print. If it's a legal thing, get somebody in the legal department, or more than one department, some legal input to really read through, because what you think it contains and what it actually contains might just be two different things. So there might be a couple of legalese that could be reinterpreted or misinterpreted. So really, just before you sign any contract, just make sure that you understand the consequence of that those contracts being signed. I'm also feeling that there is, for some of you, I feel like there's been a little bit of a feeling of like somebody watching you, or somebody spying on you, or somebody interfering in the shadows. So I do feel like that whoever that has been, that has sort of been maybe, I don't know, Facebook snooping, or keeping an eye on your socials, or speaking to others behind your back to find out, so a bit of gossiping, that kind of thing. I do feel like they are getting bored, or they've got what they've come for, and they're actually going to be leaving. Okay, so if any of you have been feeling a little bit vulnerable, or feeling like you're sure but you don't have the proof that maybe somebody really has been watching you, and you're not sure exactly what it's for, I'm going to say it's just to bolster their own egos. So it's just information that they're looking for, all right? So be careful of the information that you're putting out there, and make sure that the information that you're putting out there is information that you don't care if somebody uses it against you, or tries to use it against you, because there's nothing to use against you if it's a controlled amount of information, or the information is controlled from your side. Okay, so that I feel is something that's coming up for you. So for some of you, and I'm not a doctor, and I'd like to diagnose you in any way, and this is not a diagnosis, but I just feel for some of you, just be a little bit careful in the health sector regarding your bones. So I feel like if your bones are a little bit achy or painful, or if you know that you've possibly got brittle bones or whatever, just pay extra attention this week, not to create a situation that you will then have to recover from. So go and see a doctor if you need to, but the strength of your bones is something that you possibly just need to look at this week, right? So I always say, drink your water and take your vitamins and eat your veggies and get enough sleep and do all the things that we know are common sense to do. But just that the bone health comes up, and bones obviously include teeth. So if you've been putting off going to see the dentist, maybe now's a good time for you to consider making that appointment to go and provide some relief for yourself. Okay, so that's Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday gives us the World card. Now, the World card, there's so much happening in the world at this stage. It's quite frightening. But this tells me more about your personal worlds, rather than, and obviously all of our personal worlds are influenced by the reality of the international, global, planetary world, but this feels to me like almost detaching from what's going on in the greater world in order to enjoy more stability with your personal world. So I do feel that is something that that needs to be done for a lot of you, possibly just cutting off the emotion, or the anxieties, or the stress, or the news, and just focusing a little bit more on the enjoyment and on your family, your home, your friends, yourself. And that will then allow you to have that feeling of relief that is quite needed for some of you, but also I feel like it will bring through the ability for you to enjoy the weekend, or enjoy what you've managed to accomplish during your week. So this does look to me very much like you being advised to put the world outside of you so that you can enjoy your inside world a lot more. So I hope that makes sense for some of you. All right. Archangel Michael is also very good with legal issues. So if any of you are facing any legal issues, I suggest that you possibly call on Archangel Michael to reveal the truth in all situations. That only the truth is told and only the truth is heard. And the more somebody tries to fib or lie and deceive, or connive, that is transmuted from the negative into a positive, that the more they try and do the negative, the more the positive just flows out and is seen, heard, attention is put on the positive, and the negative dissipates. So anybody going through those legal things, and legal things include business arrangements. So it looks to me like some of the viewers are going to be needing to make some business contracts or some business decisions, possibly with suppliers or with customers, and just make sure that everything that you say and everything that you do and everything that you send out is 100% clear and understood by all parties, so as to avoid any misunderstandings or misperceptions or anything later on. So there really is the cutting off of the detaching from the what you think it is, and focusing more on what actually is. But the weekend looks to me like it is quite a busy weekend. It also looks like there is going to be some big news globally. Hopefully the level of crazy just decreases a little bit, and I do feel that possibly is going to increase before it decreases, but I am being assured that this is all part of the plan, and that we are all watched over and looked after and protected. Okay, so if you're feeling a bit vulnerable, calling for your protection, calling for extra psychic help, extra energetic spiritual help, and make sure that you stay grounded. All right, it's also a good time for you to go out and be outside for a bit and just become one with nature and just let all the news and all the emotional stuff out of your head for a little bit, to give yourself some space to think. I think that sort of ties up our reading for the week. There's one more card that wants to possibly come out. Here it is. Okay, this is the Three of Michael. All right, and the card says, release your past, your growth from the situation, which basically just sums up what it is that I have just spoken about. So stop focusing on what you have been through, what has happened, and start focusing on what it is that is part of the repair program, what it is that you do want to experience, now that you know what it is that you don't want to experience. So there is this light at the end of the tunnel that does come up for you. So I'd say that is a happy news to finish the week on, because that tells me that things going in the next week are probably going to start on a better footing than what this week leaves us off on. So yes, you are comforted. It's okay for you to grieve if you're grieving. It's okay for you to honor the emotions that you're going through without suppressing them. Honor them, give them time, but then don't fall into victim mode. Become the warrior with an A rather than the warrior with an O. Take your sword, take your internal strength, take the wisdom that you've learned from going through all of this, and stand firmly on your feet, ready to tackle whatever it is that comes your way. So this is a very nice card of going, just chill, better things are coming. Good. Well, I hope that what I've said here today helps somebody, and I hope that the messages are clear, and I will see you again, and hopefully with a bit of practice my videos get better and better, because I don't know if you've ever made videos, but it is a little bit daunting just speaking to a screen rather than to a person. Anyway, have a very good week, everybody, and stay blessed as always. Bye for now.